Welcome back.
Hello again.
And I am eating a wedgie. And you're drinking a beer.
Yes, we are rejoining the action.
We are rejoining the action, and this time we bought a few provisions.
Yes, we just had pizza.
Yeah.
And watched two episodes.
This is a double vlog. This is the first time since I started doing these vlogs. We are now doing a double bill. First time ever.
Shit just got real.
Shit got so real, yo. Yeah,
Anyway.
I just said that.
Right.
Okay,
So,
need to... what was the name of the first one?
the first one we watched is Call of the Cutie.
Ah, yes. The sweetest episode I've seen so far. And I've got some good stuff to say about that. And the second episode we watched was...
Full Weather Friends.
Full Weather Friends.
We'll get on to that later.
We will get onto that later. So, we decided to do a... basically, long story short, Harry ordered pizza. And my original idea was that we'd have pizza as we do the vlog. But there's no fun in that. So... we decided to watch...
another episode.
We decided to watch another episode
That's
while we were waiting for the pizza. And then when the pizza arrived, and my idea to have it while we do the vlog got scrapped, we decided to watch the next episode while we had our pizza. And that is why we are doing a double vlog.
There you go. If you needed it to be explained, there it was.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Call of the Cutie.
Call of the Cutie. I really enjoyed this one. Yeah, it's a very sweet one, this. We once again meet Apple Bloom, Applejack's little sister. And she is learning about the cutie marks on the rear ends of all the ponies in Equestria.
On the flanks.
Not
the rear
There's
ends.
a really funny
Not the
joke
rear
that I
ends.
just couldn't help but giggle over because I thought it just sounded so... so silly, but no. Like maybe I want to say dirty, but no. I think that's like the teacher teaching.
Cheryl.
What's her name?
Cheryl.
Well, I didn't.
Cheryl.
I don't know if that's her name.
Enunciate.
She didn't say. Did they?
Yeah.
Did they say? Oh yeah,
No.
Miss Cheryl. Yeah. Okay.
Cheryl.
Whatever. Tomato. Anyway.
No one says tomato. Tomato, right? I don't know.
They say in America. Tomato.
The song is that potato.
Sidney Pollack
Tomato,
said that
tomato.
in
Potato,
you know,
potato.
the lake
Who says potato? No one says potato.
What are you talking about?
The song. Tomato, potato, potato. But no one says potato.
Okay,
Yeah.
why bring
Anyway.
this up now?
Enough of that. Well, you spent ages explaining why we got pizza, so that's might be more to the
Yeah,
episode.
it was. I had to say that because it's the reason why we're doing a double vlog, so it made sense why I told that story.
I'm going to take over here. So, Call of the Cutie
Look,
is
you made that
one of our
Applejack
benchmark
trip over.
episodes here, which introduces the secondary cast. Now, obviously, the main cast are the main six. That's Twilight, Applejack, Fluttershy, Rarity, Rainbow Dash, and Pinkie Pie. But there's a secondary cast of the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
And these are all the mini little ponies. Like the
Fillies.
sister, the fillies.
Fillies is the term for them.
Oh, okay.
So it's
So
Applejack's-
Philadelphia is the city where they all reside in. I
That's
presume.
just a horse pun.
I still think it's stupid.
There are a lot more to come.
Oh Jesus.
So Apple Bloom is Applejack's sister.
Mhm.
Sweetie Belle is Rarity's sister. And Scootaloo is the sister of Noel's sister.
We
another
don't.
filly.
You're kind of getting a little ahead of the game because we don't meet those two until the end of the episode.
Well, do go on.
Okay, so what is it the teacher said? I got a plank on my plank, or what was it? What did she say?
Blank on my flank.
Blank on my flank. That's it.
She's
Am I the only one who finds that dirty?
She's a blank flank. That's the it's.
I don't know, just the way she pronounced it. I got a blank on my flank. I'm sorry, I giggle. I let out my inner cheeky self, and I just giggle at that.
There you go.
It just sounds funny. Okay, so apparently every pony has these cutie marks on their backside.
Flank.
Flank.
The flank is the lower thigh. So it's.
Oh,
not,
yeah, okay.
It's not anything dirty. It's just on their thigh.
I didn't say that was dirty.
Didn't say you did.
Okay. Anyway, Yeah, so apparently every pony has to have these on their flank. And it basically, showcases like what their personality is. Apple Bloom does not have one, and throughout the entire episode, she gets help from all the other ponies except for Fluttershy and Rarity, to see if what their job is what her cutie mark will eventually become.
Yeah. So essentially, she's trying to take a shortcut to try and get this thing because
Yes.
she wants to impress her
She
classmates.
even gets Twilight to, use her magic to help her because she's been invited to a party where she's been invited by these two really nasty little
snobby ponies.
Snobby ponies, bitches, really. Sorry. But I mean, come on, they are. And they're having a big fancy party, and everybody's going to be there. And obviously, Apple Bloom wants to be there too, but she wants to have a cutie mark so she can impress everyone because she's worried if she doesn't have one, she's not going to impress anybody.
Exactly. So it's one of these episodes with the Cutie Mark Crusaders, which is the name that the three younger ponies decide to call themselves, the fillies. You see them more and more often in the later seasons. They're sort of the secondary tier of characters that are used to break up sort of the main storyline. So to round off this episode, Apple Bloom goes to the party by accident. And meets these other two ponies, Rarity's sister, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo. And they don't have the cutie marks either. And they all become friends over this and decide, we're going to bond together and we're going to explore this together. And, it doesn't matter that we don't have the cutie marks because we're friends.
Mm. And the message, it's a great message, is that you shouldn't be afraid if you haven't got.
You shouldn't be afraid to be yourself.
You shouldn't be afraid to be yourself.
You shouldn't pretend to be someone just to impress other people.
I'm so bad at doing all this. I really am.
It's okay. And so these episodes are obviously aimed towards the younger audience that watch the show. I mean, the show is designed for little girls. But the main cast are sort of adult. They're adult ponies.
Yeah, they are. They are. You would think that they're teenagers, but they're actually if they were human, they'd be in like their 20s, right?
About that. So the fillies are designed to sort of, appeal to the younger demographic watching the show.
And again, I absolutely love that. I love the fact that they are not seen, because when you have a show like this, immediately you would think of the main characters as just being teenagers. And they're not. They actually are like young women, but as ponies. And I love that. Again, there's not a lot of shows like that, and that's really cool. Speaking of which, there seems to be a lot of shows with, about the secondary characters, the secondary cast.
Well, yeah, it's a common theme throughout.
Yeah, like, a lot of shows have done that. I mean, Saved by the Bell did that. Avatar has just done that with The Legend of Korra, which is the sequel to the original first 3 seasons of the show, but that takes place 100 years afterwards. And of course they do that with Star Wars, they do that with practically everything that they can get their hands on. Personally, what do you think of that? Like, what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea to...
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, so it's...
Or should they just basically just like leave it alone with the first and original cast? Like, if people are not...
It's designed to break up the action. It's a common theme that's done through, any TV production.
It's kind of a good way to let the spirit continue of what was done before.
Yeah, it's designed to introduce new characters to appeal to other people. Designed to break up the main storyline as well, to try and give that a bit of a break. And it's a nice breather because you see these episodes, they come more and more often throughout the later seasons, and it's just designed to just break up the main action. As I said, just give it a breather and have a bit of a fun episode really with these 3 characters that are just trying to discover who they are, which is a nice theme for kids to relate to.
And then what about all the other shows all the other stuff I described when they have like...
Yeah, well, it's the same thing. It's a good thing to do because it keeps people interested.
It keeps you interested in the world and the characters
keeps you invested in the storyline.
The different ones. Yeah, absolutely, exactly. As long as you have a good storyline. Maybe Saved by the Bell wasn't a good example to.
Never really watched it, to be honest.
No, you never watched it.
No.
I think you would have hated Screech.
I have no idea who that is.
He was the Did you see like any clips from it at all?
Not really.
No.
After all,
I don't think you would like it.
fair enough.
Yeah, probably. Matt is Matt a Saved by the Bell
He
fan?
is.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
several
he
seasons on
definitely
DVD.
know who that all is. I always used to see myself as Zach, the main kid, basically because he was the main kid and he always got out of trouble by how cool he was, and he always got the girl, and
Again, I don't know what it is. but-
yeah, you wouldn't like it.
Fair
Anyway,
enough. So,
okay.
final thoughts on this episode?
Final thoughts on this episode. I really liked it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was funny. I thought it was sweet. Had a fantastic message. Even though I probably can't quite remember what the message was, I still really like it.
Very simple. It was be yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It was.
Don't
yes.
pretend to be someone you're not to impress someone else.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Yes. I do love this episode. It's a funny one. I giggle over it, and I know this might sound really mean, but I'm kind of one of those people. I just find it funny when the main character, who's a itty bitty wee tiny thing, has all these bad stuff happen and everything, and it's meant to be sad. But I don't know. Do you find it funny? I
Maybe
suppose.
grab Apple Bloom.
Yeah, like what happens to Apple Bloom? Because it is quite funny.
Well, that's the point. It's just, if nothing else, the Cutie Mark said is designed to be sort of comic relief characters. They're designed to, inject humour into the series, which is nice.
Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, one of those little ingrates was in the episode. Remember me telling you guys what I thought about snips and snails? Yeah, well, one of them was in it. But not for very long. He was only in it for a little fraction. Good riddance.
Moving on.
Moving on. Next episode.
Full other friends.
There's nothing really much to talk about this episode. So pretty much, has the same plot and everything. Two characters enter a race. They get very competitive. Oh, we've seen stuff like that before.
Yeah,
It's appeared in lots of different
it's
things.
It's a common sort of storyline.
It's a common cliche storyline, yeah. Anyway, yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I don't think this one was any different to all the other stuff that we've seen in the past.
No, I mean it's. You got to remember, this is the first season.
They
were still trying to find their feet with the writing, and you get some great episodes, in some not so great episodes. But
Actually, do you have a least favourite?
of season 1.
Yeah. Or of the ones I've just watched?
It's hard to say. I do like them all, but it's. You have to come back. I'll come back to that.
I forget what my least favourite is. Probably the ones with snips and snails. Although that had a very cool looking bear.
They do a. Oh yeah, Harry the Bear.
Is that his name?
It is, yes. It's Fluttershy's friend.
Oh, dude! Spoiler! I haven't got to that bit yet.
Yeah, you have.
No, I haven't.
Harry the Bear. I'm sure you have.
No. What you mean the
Ursa
Minor?
Oh, that's not Harry. No.
No. Who the hell is Harry?
Oh, you'll see. I'm sure you've seen him. I thought you'd seen him by now.
No.
Oh, well,
I've met Angel, Fluttershy's
Fluttershy's bunny.
who's evil, by the way. She is kind of
Not
really.
Anyway,
but,
so full with the friends. So the plot of this one.
It's simple plot. Rainbow Dash and Applejack enter a race together to see who's the best. They get very competitive. Lots of banter goes back and forth. And then, of course, they get to the end and they think they win, but they don't. There's a bit of a twist. The one funny thing that is quite clever and unique is that Twilight Sparkle enters the race
as well. Yeah,
and she's not really into it like they are. She's just strolling along, taking her time.
She's read about marathons from books.
Oh, yeah.
If you look at it like this, it's quite clever, and it's a bit like Aesop's Fables. Because it's kind of the tortoise versus the hare. And if you look at this, Twilight plays the hare, as it were, and Applejack and Rainbow Dash competing.
The hare was the fastest.
A culmination of the...
No, Twilight is the tortoise. You're getting it mixed up.
That's what I just said.
No, you said Twilight was the hare.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Applejack and Rainbow Dash are the hare.
Yes, and Twilight is the tortoise.
I thought that's what I said. Oh, anyway. Yeah, because that is the thing. And the idea is, because they're so keen on winning, they get carried away, they get left behind, and they end up coming last. And Twilight, who takes her time, researches the race, and they may laugh at her, she still wins it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But she doesn't actually. Well, she
Fifth.
came in
She beats
fifth.
Applejack and Rainbow
And then
Dash.
Princess Celestia. Queen!
Yes!
No!
Yes!
No! 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 You didn't hear that! You did not hear that! Queen! Queen! Queen!
So happy right now.
Get that out of your head! You did not hear me say that! You did not! You did not!
Princess
Oh, hi,
Celestia
Mark!
shows up.
100 points if you all got that reference.
So
Did you get that
Princess
reference?
Celestia shows up
Queen Celestia.
and asks Twilight what she's learned, and she points out the fact that this wasn't a lesson that she learned, it was a lesson that Applejack and Rainbow Dash learned.
That's a clever twist.
And again, this is something you'll get to see in the later seasons, where it's not just focused on Twilight, which is really nice.
Yeah. We're going to get more of those later on in the seasons. I'm still drinking my Twilight Sparkle cocktail, by the way.
Taking that slowly, man.
What?
It's not alcoholic, you should go for it.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, this has been Gabriel's next Brony vlog. I don't think there's anything else to say, is there? I mean, the
yeah.
problem is that the earlier episodes here, they're quite simple. The plots aren't that
Some of them have
complicated.
been, but no. None of the plots are complicated, but they're not going to get complicated.
Well, they do. I mean, that's the point, is that as the writing goes on, Season 2 especially, and Season 3 and 4 even more so, the writing becomes a lot more sophisticated. You've invested in these characters, and you get to see their development, which is really nice. And even, background characters get their parts, they get their roles. And it's something that's great, because Hasbro acknowledged the fact that the show has an adult fan base, and they start putting in references for their fans, it's fantastic, Even though it's a show for little girls, you get to see the recognition of fans culminate in more and more episodes, which is great.
Yeah, no, and I'm enjoying every minute of it, and it's excellent. By the way, I have one more quick thing to bring up about Queen Celestia in the Cutie Mark Queen in the Cutie Mark episode. She reads the letter that Twilight wrote, and you cut to her. Basically, you have Twilight narrating what she wrote. And then you cut to Celestia. How about we just call her Celestia?
I like that.
You want to go for that? Just call her Celestia? Make it a truce? We've come to a truce. But I came up with that idea yesterday in last night's vlog. So, yeah, I thought he'd be happy with it.
I like that.
Okay. Anyway, she reads it, and eventually you do find your mark as you develop and learn more about yourself. And then she points to her plank, and there's the sun.
Yeah.
So what, is she the sun goddess?
Well, no, because she raises the sun, doesn't she? And Luna raises the moon.
Oh, of course.
There you go.
Clever.
There you go.
Clever. I'm so stupid not to have seen that. But
You said it, not me.
nothing much else to say. 2 episodes. Well, the racing. No, I like the racing one. I don't mind it. It's cool. I like anything with a simpler plot. Just don't make it. Don't make it too unoriginal.
It's a bit of fun, because the simple plot allows for a bit more humour in there. There are quite a lot of jokes in this episode.
Don't make it
It's nice
serious, and don't make it. More unoriginal than it already is.
No.
Yeah. So that's all we've got left to say. Harry, once again, thank you very much.
Pleasure, sir.
Hope you guys enjoyed this, and you're probably thinking, well, since I've done 2, does that mean I'm going to take the weekend off from doing vlogs? Maybe, maybe not. You're just going to have to wait and see. But if in case you don't see me do a vlog, and you're wondering, wait a minute, what's going on? That will be the reason why. So, just a heads up, in case you guys get worried. But other than that, yeah, 2 very good episodes.
But seeing as the next episode is my definitive favourite from Season 1, you might see another vlog very soon.
I probably should do it, well, actually, I don't know. Do you want to do it tomorrow?
We'll wait and see.
How am I going to know?
Magic.